Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are in the B Gym for the Smashwork Recreation Thanksgiving Dodgeball Tournament. Joining me is John. Hey, John, how are you tonight?
Oh, just living the dream.
How's things going for you? You had a lot of pretty competitive play, it seems like, tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun on the other side. We got to see a lot of triumphs, a lot of early exits. But I'll tell you what, we got a heck of a matchup right here in front of us.
Yeah, tell us about the team that just came over with you.
So on the other side, they had two pretty resounding victories. It seems like most of these guys have been here before. If I'm understanding right, this is the returning championship team from last year, the reigning victors. So
yeah, and that's the guys, for the viewers at home, those are the ones on the right. That's the Swolders, and you're right, John. They have won several times in the past, and they were the returning champs from last year. Recognize several faces, especially Ham Squad there. But over here on the left, we've got Let's Go, and they are also a returning team. They didn't win last year, but they definitely here with something to prove.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to watch. We watched them on the other side, and it was interesting because the first game I watched them, I wasn't very impressed, to say the least. They took a pretty bad loss, but then after that, they've turned around and been nothing but competitive and just really gritty. It's kind of a come-from-behind victory for every single game, it seems like, with them. But they did have a couple resounding wins after that first one.
Outstanding. That's nothing less than we would expect from the Swolders. You know, usually at the end of the tournament here, it's almost always Swolders versus somebody. Sometimes they come out on top, sometimes they don't, but they always come ready to play. And Let's Go definitely have been stepping up to the plate tonight. Every game I've watched them play, they've just been ready to go, and I think that they've been waiting for this exact head-to-head here tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, so let's head down to the floor and see how they do.
Solid throws by Swolders. These guys come with their shoulder cannons ready to rock.
Yeah, that's one thing that's interesting about all of the teams that I've seen tonight. There's some teams that can dodge great, some teams that can catch great. I'll tell you, there's no team that can throw like the Swolders over here. Each one of them has a cannon for an arm, and they're throwing every single ball a heat-seeking missile towards the opponent.
Absolutely. Don't argue with the ref, you guys. Just take the lumps.
Yeah, that's never really going to end in your favor. The ref is right 100% of the time. I don't think you're going to convince him any differently.
Yeah. We've seen a couple of heated debates tonight, but the ref sees what the ref sees and can't see everything, so you just got to take the call and roll with it. If you're out, you're likely to get brought right back in a minute anyway. So. Yeah,
a lot of pretty able catchers on each side of the floor, it seems like.
Yep. It's pretty fun to watch these guys. You know, most of them are seasoned athletes, so we watch them come back year and year after year and just see them improve every single time. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of hard work to get to this point. You know, a lot of passion.
Absolutely, and some of these teams definitely come, and you can tell that they've put a little thought into their strategy, whereas other teams, they just go out, throw a million miles an hour, and jump and dodge and slide around everything that comes their way. A little less organization.
It seems to me that the teams that put in that effort for the organization that really can strategize and work together to focus on a single goal seem to come out a little more on top.
Yeah, that's tended to be the case throughout the evening. However, I will say sometimes they are overpowered by pure, let's call it, athleticism and just a will to be in this tournament. On the other side, we saw a couple interesting games from some teams that, you know, just barely scraped by and almost came around and won. Some of the teams that have come back from years before and have been champions years before.
I believe it. It's easy to get complacent and feel like, oh, we've done this all before. We know what we're doing. And then get taken by a surprise for somebody that you've never faced before.
Absolutely.
That has a totally different gameplay style.
And that might almost be the underdog story that's happening tonight, because Let's Go didn't have an easy path up to where they are right now. And I don't think coming into this tournament they were the favorite for all the Dodgeball fans that are in the building. But they've definitely proved all of the people wrong.
Absolutely. And even right now, the tables could still turn. You know, they're down one player, but it's only one, and we've seen both sides come back from far worse dire straits than that.
Absolutely, and with this being a best of two situation, even if they get the victory right here, you know they have to turn around and duplicate it on the other side. So this should be nothing if not very tight competition.
Well, for the sake of the fans, we hope it gets dragged out a little bit and doesn't go too fast.
Right.
Did you happen to see any money balls made over on your side?
I did not. What about you over here?
None made tonight. It's been a couple of years, honestly, since the money ball's been made, but the night's still young, all things considered. Anything could happen. We could get a miracle.
Right, absolutely. If there's any time and place for miracles, it's going to be right here in the championship round when all the stakes are the highest.
All the bets are off. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the action. All right, we're down to just one player left for Let's Go, but that means the money ball is in effect, and she's whittling them back down. She's always been a pretty strong player. I recognize her from previous years, number 25 there for Let's Go.
The thing I like most about her is she just keeps her head in the game the entire time. She's not one to sweat it. When she's the last one here, she's kind of staring the opposing team down and saying, I dare you, come get it. If you want it, you're going to have to take it from me. She's not one to back down and just kind of roll over and take the defeat.
Absolutely. She's worked hard every time she's been here. She's got a pretty solid arm, and she makes pretty smart moves. Doesn't mean that she might not get taken out, but she definitely knows what she's doing out there.
Absolutely.
And in the feet, sometimes that's just the way it goes. All right, that means the first round of the match goes to Swolgers, and they're going to swap sides to eliminate any home field advantage.
Really, at this point in the competition, I mean, it's just an impressive thing for either of these teams to say they made it here. Not to, discount the win or discount the loss or anything, but it's just really impressive to be able to have fought through all the odds and made it this far in a pretty well-seeded tournament.
Well said. All right, the refs are resetting the line. That's 8 dodgeballs out there on the line. 10 players on each team. For those of you just joining us, we are coming into the second round of the finals here in the B Gym for the 2023 Dodgeball Tournament, and they're off. Swolgers on the left, and Let's Go on the right.
Now, this is kind of an interesting strategy. I've actually seen Team Let's Go use it a couple of times, and the times that I've seen it, it's worked to their benefit. However, it seems like they're taking a couple early hits here. They do seem, out of the two teams here, to be the team that's a little bit more methodical and thinks things through a little bit more and places the team a little bit more, but it's hard to stop a barrage of insanely fast throws like that. Swolgers has made their name for being able to hit hard and fast, and that's something that they've consistently exhibited through the years, is that they definitely have cannons in those arms. Just hear those balls reverberating off the wall. Serious thud every time. Yeah, that's one serious advantage that the Swolgers get as they play. That being that every single one of the balls almost that they throw comes right back to them. They hit off the wall so hard that they make it back to the original end of the gym.
Yeah, that's definitely something that can be intentionally used as a tactic, because if you throw it hard enough and you miss and it bounces back, you get another chance.
Exactly.
Camp Squad taking an even trade and stepping right off the line. Looks like Let's Go is making a little bit of a comeback, rallying with a little bit of extra energy. They know that if they don't take the win here, then they're out, and Swolgers is going to be the champions.
Absolutely, and it couldn't have come at a better time. They definitely need it right now. If they don't get it now, then it's likely it'll never happen. You know how quickly this domino effect happens when 2 or 3, or in this case 4, are out. Really, for either side, it can go quite quickly after that.
Just watching them set up their pieces. Right now we got a little lull in the action. The battlefield is quiet while each side kind of sizes things up, and then they're testing each other. It was almost an even exchange. And just that quick. Nice deflection.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he got enough of the ball on that. I think it came in and clipped him in the stomach.
All right, well, it's 4 versus 7. And now it's 3 versus 7, just that quickly.
Well, you can catch one, but when 2 throws are right on the money, it's kind of hard to do anything about that.
Catches it off the ground. Got to employ those 5 Ds: dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge. I've added 2: deflect and dance.
Well, we've definitely seen some dancing tonight. You missed the show in the other gym, but some of these players just seem to be on the court for the fun of it, which you can expect with recreational dodgeball, and there was definitely some dancing going on.
Gotta love it when they bust out the fancy footwork. There was somebody who was breakdancing almost, it seemed like.
You know, we probably saw the same guy in 2 different gyms.
It's possible. They like to get around, but
Yeah.
I was impressed. He went up on his hands and like did a spin. I was like, this guy's a dodgeball ninja.
If only he could do that in games and not get hit.
Right? The fancy footwork is fun to watch, but it opens you up. It's a calculated tactical risk.
Right.
Oh, a firing squad style. You can dance between the raindrops. And we're down to 2.
And at this point, the soldiers can kind of taste the blood in the water. They've been here before. They know what they're going after.
Oh, are we down to 1?
You know, maybe I didn't see what you didn't see, but yeah, it seems like they're about ready to wrap it up.
All right,
here.
well, that means the money ball's in effect.
Yeah,
Is this the
hopefully
time
she goes
for
for the
miracles?
money ball and makes it interesting.
She's just got to be careful that she doesn't throw too high and make it easy for somebody to catch.
Right, that's true. There's definitely a strategy to it. But if she takes too long, she can't dodge every single ball that comes her way.
Well, and when we're down to 1 player, there is a 1-minute rule in effect. Where
Right,
if she doesn't make a significant change by tagging somebody out, she got him out. Nicely done.
Well, you look at it and it's great, and not to discount what she's done, but it honestly is 1 down, 6 to go. So
the odds are still insurmountable at the moment, seemingly. Yeah, she's pretty deft at dodging out of the way.
that's absolutely true. And she doesn't do crazy dodges either, like we've seen some of these players display. It's really just, I'll do the least amount of work to make sure this doesn't hit me.
And she's out. That gives the win to the soldiers that quickly. That's it, you guys. The soldiers have won the 2023 Dodgeball Championship. John, it's been a pretty fun night. It's great having you here. Any closing thoughts?
Well, if you didn't get a chance to come see it in person this year, as far as I know, the entry fee is nothing, free 99. So make sure you come on and meander down here next year, and we'd love to see you in person because they sure do appreciate their fans, and it's definitely a good competition.
Absolutely. Thank you, John, for being here, and thanks to Spanish Fork Recreation for putting this on again and again every year. It just gets better every year, gets more organized. And a huge shout out and a thank you to all of our competing teams tonight that have been here. It's so great to see so many returning and some new faces as well. If you guys want to come and compete and participate in this, look on the website, Smash Fork Rec, jump on in there and sign your friends up. Get them on out here playing this game with us.
Well, perfect.
All right, guys, that's it for us. You can find this, us here sportscasting for you every Thanksgiving Dodgeball tournament. Come on out and join us next year. Hope you guys have a great night. Be excellent to each other.